it's me, Stace. I am back today with another Cricut Explore video. We are also doing our Make It on Monday project. And you may be saying, well, Stace, where's the project? Actually, today we are making it together. I was on Design Space a few days ago and I seen a really cute sign that says Pumpkin Patch. We're going to be cutting that out using vinyl and then putting on this piece of wood here that attached this piece of wood to a stand that hubby and I made. It also has wooden pumpkins on it. At the end of the video, I will share with you guys the entire stand and how we made it. So the first thing I have here is a piece of wood. This is a 1x4. I had my husband cut it down to be about 1x14. We also spray painted it white. I'm going to take a little bit of sandpaper and just kind of rough it up a little bit. Make it look like it's been outside for a little while. And the pumpkin patch sign is part of the Make It Now section of Design Space. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a little wipey or a wet rag and just kind of get rid of all the extra sawdust there. So again, this piece here is, it's called a 1x4, but it actually measures 3.5. So it's 1 by 3.5 by about 14 inches. Alright, let's go to the computer and we'll get started. Alrighty, at the computer, you want to go to cricut.com/design. You're going to see this screen here. Upper left-hand corner where it says account. Click on that to sign in, and then enter in your email and your password. When you see your name in that green box, that verifies that you were logged in. You want to go to the right and click on where it says all categories, and then go down and click on fall. On this screen, just scroll down until you come across the pumpkin patch. It's about halfway down the screen. Okay, that's right there. It is called the pumpkin patch sign. Go down and click on that. It'll bring up the preview window. And you see here under materials, it's asking us for a 12 by 24 inch mat. We are using a 12 by 12 mat so we can make it our own size. Bottom right, click on customize. Now when this comes up, you see a black piece here and then we see part of our design. So the bottom left hand corner of Design Space, I'm going to click on the minus sign one time to make the screen a little bit smaller. Now this black piece here is your canvas, so it gives you an idea of how your design will look. Right hand side toolbar, click on where it says canvas, and you're able to put in whatever your measurements are. In my case, my piece of wood is 3.5 tall. It is 14 wide. I'm going to go ahead and put 12 just to give me a little bit of wiggle room. So you see here our piece went smaller. Now also if you notice the design, we have the word pumpkin in one group, this piece here in another, and then that piece here. I do want to make the middle part here be a little bit smaller, so I'm going to use the arrow keys and put it kind of in the middle like that. I can make it be a little bit bigger maybe. Kind of center it between the two pieces. All right, now I'm going to click on the word pumpkin, hold down shift on my keyboard, click on this piece and then that piece, so all three pieces are selected. Right click on it and then choose group. Now they're all grouped together. I'm going to have that piece selected, use my arrow keys, just kind of drag it up on our little canvas here so you can see how it looks. I'm going to make it be as big as I can on this piece here. All right, so I think it looks pretty good. Top toolbar, click on go. Now you see here our design looks kind of funny. I don't want it like that, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the X. Top toolbar, I'm going to click on select all. Go to my layer tab and then click on attached. That's going to attach it just like this, so when we take it to our mat, it'll cut like that. All right, top toolbar again, click on go. All right, so it looks much better this way. Now I do have a piece of vinyl on my mat, and whenever I'm working with vinyl, I don't like cutting right close to the edge. So I'm going to kind of bring this down a little bit, like that. I go ahead and click on go. On the machine, I have the dial set to dial. And I'm going to hit go, take you guys to the Cricut, and you guys can see it cut out. Alrighty guys, we are at the machine. I have the dial on the machine set to vinyl, and I have my vinyl on my mat. Now you'll see here, my mat is not terribly sticky, so I went ahead and put some masking tape along the edge, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to load my mat in there. And I put it on the area where I know my design is not going to interfere with it. Go ahead and click on go to cut it out, and I just have the regular blade in there. I'm also going to kind of help hold it down here in the center where I know it's not sticky. You could also use a brayer and kind of rub the vinyl on the mat or your material, whatever you're working with. But this mat really is not sticky. Now I'm not going to fast forward this part. Normally I edit this part out of my video, but I'm going to let it go so you guys can see it cut the vinyl out. So you can see exactly how long it takes from start to finish. Now you see in Design Space we customize it by making it our own size. You can also customize it by putting your own shapes in there or your own lettering. And I do say it often because it is a make it now project, doesn't need, you don't need to make it their way, you can make it your own way. And it is important when you're using vinyl to have a regular blade in there, and on the machine you have that set to vinyl, and that's going to give us a kiss cut. And what that means is going to cut off the vinyl part and leave the backing attached, which is what we want to use to apply our transfer tape with. And we'll do all that when this is done cutting. And I will say, I think the Cricut does a really good job cutting out the vinyl. And this is a high gloss vinyl. So this is an outdoor type vinyl. I'm not sure where I got it from, but you can get vinyl from Cricut.com. ExpressionsVinyl.com is another really good spot. Of course, Amazon has vinyl. I think whenever you're working with vinyl, there's a misconception that you must use outdoor vinyl to do an outdoor project. And that can be true, but in my past working with vinyl, I actually used contact paper to make a logo for the back of my car. And it stayed on my car for years. And that was with the Florida heat, the rain. Even when it got, chilly down here in the winter months when it was like 32 degrees, it still stayed on. So use whatever you have. It is a homemade project, so, it doesn't need to be perfect. And of course, you can change the colors out. You can always do a test cut on a color of vinyl or a color of cardstock and see how that looks. So I have a little bit of bubble right there. Hopefully it does not interfere with my cut. Alright, it's about 3/4 of the way done. Okay, we are done. Let's go ahead and unload the mat. Looks like it did a pretty good job. I know you guys can't see it, but let's go to the table and we'll put it together. Alright guys, we're at the table. I'm going to go ahead and peel off my masking tape. And my mats are really not sticky. I need to go through and wash them and re-stick them all. Get the top part up here. Alright, set that aside. That's going to take our vinyl off. And you can see it did not cut all the way through, which is what we want. I'm going to take a pair of scissors and just cut away the extra vinyl here. Okay, set that aside. Now you want to grab, I have the old Cricut toolkit, and this came in, it's like a little dental pick. You want to use something to pick up the negative vinyl, the part we're not using. Just go ahead and kind of poke at it, and then release it. And then very carefully, just pull this away and leave the design on there. And this little tool does help you kind of pick up the letters and pieces where it's going to get stuck at. So just kind of go in there and go slow. Vinyl is really delicate, but it also is pretty durable, I think. Now I have a lot of vinyl here. What I'm going to do is go ahead and cut away the extra piece here. This way it doesn't fold back on itself. And then continue on. I can see where it's getting stuck right there. Just go ahead and take your little tool. that part away as well now and work on the bottom part of it. You can just kind of follow the vinyl. It'll tell you where to pull it up at. You see the Cricut did a really good job cutting it. Okay, now I want to do something called weeding, and that's getting rid of all the pieces that don't belong. So I'm going to go inside my letters here. Just use my tool to pick them up. If you don't have this tool, you could use a pin. That would work as well. Okay, I think we got them all there. Let's go on this side and grab this P. And I'm part of this one. Alright, I'm going to take that little bit of vinyl off my fingers. And now we're going to work with this part. And it does help to kind of look at it at a side view to kind of see where you're going with it. I see here in this little loopy loop, I got a piece that's got to come out. This is probably the hardest part. Trying to figure out where all the pieces come out. And I'll hold it up and kind of look at it. There we go, that whole piece comes out. Right here's a piece. And it also does help. You know, I had the computer next to me, or, you know, the computer, and I had the design space on there, so I can go back and look at the design. So if you're working with black vinyl, which is really hard to see where the cuts are, it does help to have like a picture on your phone of the design you're working with, or cut it out in a cardstock, so you can kind of see where everything has to come out. And you want to do this part before we apply our transfer tape, otherwise we'll never be able to get it. We got that one. And I believe there's one more in that piece right here. All right, and we have another one, these little loops. So normally I'd fast forward all this part so it can, you know, because it's kind of boring, but I want you guys to see exactly how long it takes. So if you guys want to fast forward the video, you can do that. Okay, another one looks to be right here in the middle, I think. I hope. Okay, there's another one right here. And it's really hard, this part, to kind of tell where everything comes out at. Alright, and there's one in this little loop. Okay, we are almost done, guys. Okay, and then I think this whole piece right here comes out as well. Okay, and then lastly right here. And we have this loop right here to come out. Alright, so when you think you got it all, kind of just look it over, because like I said, once you put your transfer tape on there, it's really hard to go in there and correct it. Alright, I do have a little piece in this little loop there. I'm going to let that one go, and a little piece in that loop, only because it's really intricate right there. We're going to call it done. Alright, now let's talk about the transfer tape. This is the Cricut brand. I like using a clear transfer tape, and before Cricut had that paper kind. I will say this is a really good quality transfer tape. It has the grid in the back. I'm going to go ahead and follow the grid here. Just cut on the line. And I'm going to cut this in half. I don't need all this. And you do want to keep all the extra pieces here. Just kind of cut it in half, or close to half. Alrighty, now what we're going to do, we're going to take our design. I'm going to grab some Scotch tape and just kind of tape it down, because you can see it wants to curl. Just put a little bit of Scotch tape on the corners here and on the corners here. This way it's going to lay flat for us. Alright, now we're going to take the transfer tape, and you want to have a tool. I have a little scraper. If you don't have a scraper, you can use a credit card or a spatula. We're going to go ahead and peel this up. You can see how it's clear. That vinyl there is on the outside. Okay, pick this up and take it off. Now if you want to, you could use the grid on the transfer tape to kind of line it up to make sure your design is going to be straight. I just wish the Cricut logo wasn't on it, because it does kind of get in the way a little bit. Alright, so I have it attached on the right. Take your little scraper tool and just rub it across. Okay, you want to just keep on working that. Okay, I'm going to kind of pick it up off my table here. Grab my backing. Okay, I'm going to rub it from the back side as well. Alright, I'm also going to go in here and cut away all this extra tape. Only because it gets in my way, I think. Alright, we have all that done. Let's go and scooch all this away, bring our piece of wood in. Now I did go, or actually my husband went in there and pre-drilled these holes. I'm kind of wishing he didn't do that, because it might be in my way here. Alright, what I'm going to do is peel this off very carefully. I think I have a string or a wrinkle in my vinyl right there. Let me make sure there's nothing on there. No, okay, I think we're good. Alright, before I put it on here permanently, I'm going to see if I can position it in a way to where I can still get the screws in there. And I think it's actually going to work out pretty good. Alright, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of line it up, make sure it's straight, and push down the right hand side. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit here so you guys can see this, okay? Alright, I'm going to kind of eyeball it like I know these pieces. I actually hope these screws are straight. Okay, I'm going to hold down, push down on my H on the right like that, and leave all this part up still. Then take my tool and just go across. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. Now if it's crooked, right? Alright, then just you want to go in there and really liberally rub this vinyl. Now I think I'm a little bit crooked. It's okay though. I think it'll still be cute. And I want to take off the backing. Now I'm working with a painted surface, so it might be a little bit tricky here. So I'm really going to go in there and give this a good rub. I'm pressing pretty firm. Alright, now whenever you're taking your vinyl off, your transfer tape off, I like to leave my transfer tape flush. So I just kind of have it going against the wood. If you want to do that, because if you're lifting this straight up, you're putting pressure on the vinyl, and you could cause a bubble. So work slow. And I have the transfer tape flush with my piece of wood here, and I'm just kind of wiggling it back and forth. And you can see there we're staying on, which is good. It might be tricky coming down here to the intricate area, but so far we're working out pretty good. And this transfer tape, you can reuse it. As long as it is still sticky, feel free to reuse it. Just put it back on that backing, and you're good. All right, I think we're looking pretty good, guys. Just keep on wiggling it. Oh, my M came up. Just go ahead and slow it down some. All right, what do you think? Pretty good. Let me grab this backing real quick and put this back on here so I can save this for another day. Put the sticky side down. It's sticky, but it's not horribly sticky. But again, I'm able to reuse that. All right, so what do y'all think? Not bad. All right, now this vinyl was a Cricut brand vinyl, I believe. It doesn't say it on the back, but I think, yeah, there we go. So you can see they're part of the Cricut logo, so it was a Cricut brand vinyl. All right, let's go ahead and go to the stand so you can see how this is going to look. All right, guys, here it is all finished. Not too bad for a little weekend project. And like I said, pretty simple to do. All we used was a 1x6 piece of wood, cut that down to be about 3.5 feet tall, attached it to the bottom base, which is about 10 by 10, and used an inexpensive L bracket or a shelf bracket to attach the two pieces of wood together. I went on Google and I typed in pumpkin images, found what I liked, traced it out or printed it out, and then traced it to a piece of plywood, had hubby cut that out with a jigsaw. Then the vinyl, you guys seen us do that. I also attached a little bit of leaf garden I had to kind of make it look like a pumpkin vine. Now if you guys like the design but don't have access to wood, I think another really cute idea if you guys decorate for fall would be to take a few haystacks outside, put real pumpkins on it, use the same pumpkin patch sign we did here, using the same vinyl or applying it the same way, but put it on a glass picture frame, then you can put that outside near your pumpkin patch. Anyway, guys, there is today's project. I do apologize for it being a little bit longer than normal, but hopefully you guys will come up with a few ideas. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.